Never give somebody 100%. I don't care if this is your husband of 50 years, okay? Because you cannot control what people do. And when you give somebody 100%, you need the 5 or 10 to dig for a shovel to dig your out of the mess that you're gonna be in when the go to left.
Hey y'all, so I seen that video that I seen Tizia's clip of that video on tonight's conversation, and I wanted to give my 2 cents on it. I was going through some of the comments and it literally blew up. There were some comments that, you know, were on her side that wasn't on her side. Now, what I will say is I do like Tizia. I follow her. I've been following her for a very, very long time. Well, not a very, very long time, but I've been following her for maybe about 2 years, maybe, or at least the last year. I've really been studying her and following her, and I love her messages, and she actually helps women stand the fuck up when it comes to being in relationships and holding themselves accountable and having boundaries. I love her message, and I do agree, but I have a different perspective of the message that she was relaying. And before I get into my perspective, of course, when you say something, because there's a lot of idiots and fools on social media, when you are not relaying a message in a certain way, people have a hard time digesting it. So you could be saying the same thing, somebody else could be saying the same thing that you're saying, but because it's being relayed differently than what they are intellectually capable of understanding, they're just not going to agree. Now, where I agree with her is that it's damn near impossible to give somebody 100% of you. There's days where you can, and then there's going to be days where you can't, and then your partners are going to have to supplement that for you when you can. That's not technically what she said verbatim, but that's where I agree with her on. When you have certain percentages of you, if we're speaking in that term, if we're using math, where you have certain percentages of you where you cannot give your all to your spouse, to your kids, to your community, or anything. You have to replenish that back into yourself. Now, here's how I also feel. What I believe in relationships today, I believe that when people get into relationships, they need to be honest about what they're willing to do and what they're not willing to do. And I say this all the time when it comes to relationships. If you're a woman and you're not willing to do certain things, then you need to be upfront with that when you are engaging with men or anybody else. You need to let people know your do's and your don'ts. You need to let people know your boundaries. You need to actually stand up and be the representation of your boundaries so people can take you seriously. And if a man is asking you something that does not align with you, then the answer is no. And that has nothing to do with percentages. It has everything to do with your standards and boundaries. Now, the extent of the conversation wouldn't have gone as far as it did if people just understand that in relationships it takes 2, we are flawed, and everything is not going to be perfect. So I do understand Tizia when she said that. She just didn't say it in that way.